ABCC8 gene. As I told you earlier, if you have a loss of function in this particular gene, it should produce low sugar. They should have come with hypoglycemia. Instead of that, they have come with high sugars or hyperglycemia, and they are presenting in adults with this peculiar form of diabetes. So we did a lot of experiments which confirmed that they actually had loss of function mutation. And initially we were very surprised. But with our collaborators, Dr. Colin Nichols and colleagues from St. Louis, Missouri, we were able to show that despite having the loss of function mutation, these people actually developed hyperglycemia or diabetes. Now, why did this occur and how did this occur? What has happened is that these young adults who have now come with diabetes must have earlier had hypoglycemia. They must have had this congenital hyperinsulinemia. They must have had hypoglycemia as children, milder forms. And over a period of time, this hypoglycemia got converted into diabetes because the mutation started changing. And while the loss of function still remained, the mutation was still a loss of function mutation, instead of getting hypoglycemia, they've now developed diabetes. So in this paper, which we published in the famous American journal, the American Diabetes Association journal called Diabetes, what we are proposing is that the gain of function mutations should be classified separately, and this loss of function mutation, which has led to a new form of diabetes which has not been described so far, should be given a separate name. We are proposing that this can be a new form of MODY. Now, when you have the gain of function mutation and either have neonatal diabetes or the ABCC8, which is the MODY 12, and we have seen enough cases of that, they respond to a tablet, a very common tablet called sulfonylurea, which is one of the oldest and most commonly used tablets. In this new form of diabetes that we discovered, they do not respond to sulfonylurea. In fact, when you give them sulfonylurea, the sugar seems to go up. So they are completely different from the ABCC8 or MODY 12 and from neonatal diabetes. We tried various permutation combinations and finally they responded to some of the treatments. In the future, we will be doing more studies to find out what is the best form of treatment for this particular type of diabetes. But at this time, we thought that we should publish our findings and tell the world that we have discovered yet another type of diabetes, yet another type of MODY diabetes, which we feel is a completely distinct form of diabetes. And I'd like to congratulate Dr. Radha Venkatesan, the head of genomics, and her whole team and my other members at the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation, as well as our collaborators at St. Louis, Missouri, at Washington University, where they were able to guide us to do the proper experiments in their lab as well as in our lab to prove that this is a new form of diabetes. Thank you for watching.